like, I feel like Thanksgiving Day football is this very like nostalgic vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like I don't know. It's like when you're a kid, that's what was always on. 49ers game, Hollywood 1311 says the 49ers game was interesting. The 49ers game was definitely interesting. We will get to that. I don't want to talk about that first though. 49er or Hollywood 1311, you are on the wheel now. Yeah, the 49ers game was interesting, but here's what I was going to say about the nostalgia. I feel like the Lions knew that because they were like, because the Lions have been really good this year, but they're like, hey, look, everybody's watching football today. A bunch of people watching football today that don't normally watch football. Everybody's feeling nostalgic. Let's just be the old crappy Lions that we've always been. Because people are it's gonna be weird to watch us beat. Like, people are gonna be too thrown off if we beat the Packers. They might just turn football off for the rest of the day. If we beat the Packers, they might be like, "What is going on in this world where the Green Bay Packers lose to the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving Day?" So the Lions were like, "We can't let that happen." So they just reverted. They reverted to their old selves. It was nice. It was nice to see the old Lions. Haven't seen them in a little bit. You know, it's like seeing the old family members that you see on Thanksgiving. But yeah, no, I mean, Lions, pretty bad. Packers managed to put up like 29 points or something like that. What was it? Let's check out. Let's look at box scores from that Lions Packers game. See if anything jumps out at us. So Lions, Packers 29, Lions 22. If you bet Packers this week, you had a good week. It was a good time for you. Jordan Love, 22 of 32, 268, 3 touchdowns. 22 of 32 that's solid. 268 is solid. Like none of that is that impressive. 3 tutties is pretty impressive. And they scored 20 points in the first quarter. So yeah, the Lions started out right at the beginning of the game. Like, guys, here's the game plan today. Let's go out there and just suck a-hole. Let's just do that. Everybody good with that? And they're like, yeah, no, I mean, that sounds like us for sure. Are there any Lions fans in here? I've never actually met a real live Lions fan. I don't know if they're real. I don't know if they exist. Yeah, Jordan Love, 22 for 32, 268, 3 tutties. Jared Goff, he threw for some yards. He 29 for 44. His completion percentage was meh, but like he threw for some yards. He threw for some tutties. David Montgomery still had a good game for me in fantasy. So that's about the best the game can go for me when the Lions lose and and David Montgomery still plays well. Yeah, I don't know. This is an interesting one. Player stat. Let's check player stats here. AJ Dillon, 14 carries for 43. He's a workhorse out there. Jordan Love ran it a little bit. We got some weird dudes involved in the touchdowns. Jaden Reed and Tucker Kraft got receiving touchdowns, guys. You know, NFL superstar Tucker Kraft. Everybody knows who that is, right? Tackles and assists. No sacks. 0 sacks, sir, from the Packers. Jared Goff slinging it around. Wasn't enough. Didn't throw any interceptions. Nobody threw any picks. Wow. Neither quarterback threw a pick. Good job, guys. Monty got a touchdown. Sam Laporta. Yeah, that sounds right. Sam Laporta's been playing pretty well. Brock Wright. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Nothing, though. 9 receptions, 95 yards. He had a good yard day. Good yards day. Probably hit the over on yards. That's fun. But yeah, no, Packers just like, hey, guys, let's not disrupt. Let's not disappoint America. Let's go ahead and suck it up like they're used to. Otherwise, they might just leave. So that was that one. And then who else even played? It was not the Niners. What was the second game? NFL games. Yeah, them boys. This was, dude, okay. Is it me? Do I just hate the Cowboys, or was the Cowboys Commanders game boring? Was that just me? That wasn't just me, right? It was boring. 45-10, but it wasn't 40. Like this 45-10 score was a run-up score because they did a lot of that in the last little bit of the game. It was kind of like 20-10, 13 to. It was like it was boring. It was a boring game, and I don't know. Watching them score touchdowns when they have the game in the bag. A 55 total points should be a fun football game to watch. It really should. The Dallas Cowboys and Commanders managed to somehow make a 55-point game boring to watch. And it's just because it's them scoring 25 points, probably 25 points in the fourth. I would say, if memory serves, they had a 2-point conversion in there to make it over 30, which was ridiculous to me. Just pouring salt in the wound. I want to say that they probably scored 15 or more of probably 15 of those points, 15 to 17 of those points after they had the game in the bag. And that's not really fun to watch, just, hey, we better get CD a touchdown, I guess. Dak Prescott, 22 of 32 on 331. So, and four tutties. 4 tutties is good. I mean, they're just stat padding him at this point, probably. Sam Howell threw for 300 yards. Sam Howell throws for yards. I mean, he throws 44 passes a game. He doesn't have to complete many. Was there a pick six? There was a pick six in the Niners game. Washington was pretty terrible. Let's see player stats here, or let's check team stats here. Rushing yards. Washington converting first downs, could not get anything in the end zone. Punted it 3 times. Interceptions thrown 1. They had the ball plenty of time. They just weren't scoring. I mean, nothing really jumps out in the team stats. Individual stats on the Commanders side weren't running the ball well for sure. 15 for 53 for Brian Robinson Jr. is kind of meh. Curtis Samuel had 100 yards. What? Did anybody else notice that while they were watching this? Curtis Samuel had 100 yards. I definitely did not notice that while I was watching this. Yeah, I don't know. Something about this game was just boring. I don't know. I and maybe it's just because I don't like the Cowboys usually, or yeah, I don't know. You guys said it was boring too. Some of y'all did. Did anybody think it was a fun game? I mean, feel free to speak up in the chat if you did think it was a fun game, or in the comments if you're watching this afterwards on YouTube. Yeah, it is. Big Woody 71 said it was kind of a nap time game. Like, that is what, when a game hits the second quarter, a football game hits the second quarter, and you can just feel it, and you're like, this is a nap game for sure. Like, this just feels like a good nap game. Yeah, Denver and Minnesota, you said, was kind of a snooze fest, CWK. Yeah, sometimes it just hits that way, especially on Thanksgiving. You need a game to just nap off the meal. Jojo Mack, huge Cowboy fan, so you liked it. I mean, that's fine. We're definitely we tend to be Cowboys sleepers on this show. I could never root for Hollywood 1311 says, unless Tom Landry comes back to the coach of Cowboys from the dead, I could never root for the Cowboys. So I'm guessing you're a Niners fan, Hollywood. My co-host Casey, who's not here today, is also a Niners fan. Yeah, I don't know. It was Patriots fan. Okay, well, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of a snooze fest, kind of a napper. But I don't know. It was fun. It's kind of fine. All right, before we move on to the Niners, let's do a spin. I feel like I've given everybody ample time to get tapped in, to make their profiles, and to so that they can get on this wheel. So let's make sure we got it here. Hollywood 1311, last person I put on the wheel. Jojo Mack, you're on there. Yeah, that's true. Bland broke a record. That was because he has 5 pick sixes in a season. So that's kind of cool. But again, it was in those like junk minutes. You know what I mean? Is there a name? Are they called junk minutes in football? I call them junk minutes because I'm more of a basketball fan. Sorry, I'm losing my voice, guys. Yeah, I'm by myself tonight, Steve. CWK Promotions, you are on the wheel. I will highlight your name right now. Boom. Right there. Oh, sorry. I will highlight your name right now. CWK Promotions. Broncos suck even with Wilson. I mean, kind of. They're on a 3-game win streak, and 2 of those wins are the Bills and the Chiefs. He gets special treatment. All right. Is everybody on here? I think everybody's on here. I think we're good for a $25 gift card spin. $25 to DAPS Sports, where you can get sports memorabilia and cards and other cool stuff and things. And should we spin it? We shall. Did anybody make me laugh? Let's see. Nobody. John, did you happen to see Josh Giddey? Mike, you got to keep it on track, man. Yeah, I saw the Karl Malone thing. Keep it on track. This is football. I'm out here alone. Stop sidetracking me. I don't need any side quests when I'm trying to do a solo podcast. All right, here we go. $25 gift card goes to it's gonna be close, and it's Rose. Razzles. Congrats, Rose. You know what to do. Email triplecrosspodcast@gmail.com. Let Megan know you want a gift card. Apparently, Megan and Casey did text me back. He said him and Megan have plans tonight. He forgot about them. So tell her, hope you had fun while John was potting alone. Good job. Congrats, Razzles. Stick around, you'll win. And if you're watching this, actually this goes for the live people and like the after party people. Sorry, live chat. I keep moving you different screens, but you guys can comment on the YouTube videos afterwards. So usually I'll post the episodes as a YouTube video. The last episode that we just did about the NBA, that's not going to get posted because I was not recording it. But usually I'll post them as a YouTube video. I will also post clips. So we'll just like break it up into clips and post clips as well. If you comment on any of our YouTube videos on any of our channels, so if you look for Triple Cross Podcast on YouTube, if you look for us Triple Cross Football on YouTube, Triple Cross Basketball, comment on any of our videos. I will also pick people who win $25 gift cards from the comments. Somebody actually just I just picked some in the last show. So we're going to pick some comment winners today. So if you're watching this on YouTube afterwards and you're like, seems like, this seems like a real relationship between you and the live chat. Like you and the live chat seem like you got a thing going on. I don't really want to be the third person in the room. You guys don't really seem like you need another person here. You seem like you're intimate enough. It's all right. You can be part of it too. You're welcome. Even if you're not able to make the live show, you can comment on the YouTube videos. Or if you're an audio listener, head over to YouTube when you're not driving. Who listens to audio podcasts while they're doing anything? Like anybody just listen to sit and how you like sit and watch TV or whatever? Like, do you ever just sit and like listen to audio, like looking off into space? Like, yeah, that's true. That's a great point. I never thought of that. I don't think anybody does that. He's only while you're doing other stuff. You never have your hands free listening to audio podcasts. All right. So let's talk about the Niners. I mean, the Niners are clearly just a trash football team. They're not good at all. This is why they get no media coverage. I don't know if you guys saw that touchdown pass from Brock Purdy to Brandon Ayuk. Yesterday, Brandon Ayuk had to jump like probably 6-7 inches into the air to catch that thing. Optimal height would have been 5.5 inches for sure. Get your crap together, Purdy. Put that ball where it's supposed to be, man. He had to jump 1/2 inch too high into the air to get that touchdown, to pull that in. So Purdy, not good. Purdy is, I mean, like, you think you can win a Super Bowl with a white guy with no mustache? Come on. You got to at least have a mustache if you want to be a white quarterback and win a Super Bowl. Think you can win a Super Bowl by making good decisions and throwing accurate passes and playing good team football and having a great offensive coordinator? That's not how you win a Super Bowl. You win a Super Bowl by dating a pop superstar or by dating a supermodel, right? The super's got to be in the title of the person you're dating. Everybody knows that. You got to be putting the work in the offseason, guys. So yeah, Niners, trash, horrible football team, horrible human beings. Honestly, they're just, bad at life in general. Kyle Shanahan is a trash person and nobody should care about him. And that goes for the rest of the Niners as well. They're clearly not good. And that's why nobody talks about them. In fact, I can't believe we're talking. Usually the way that usually if a team, is like, only has 3 losses and they're a contender and they beat another good football team, the main move that you should do is just not talk about them at all, right? Just give them no coverage unless they're the Cowboys. If they're the Cowboys, then you have to talk about them. Every content creator in football, ESPN, every media channel is required by law to talk about the Cowboys every 10 minutes. So that's a lot. They'll come to my house. They will come to my house and pull me out of here and bring me to jail. The NFL has a jail, and it's like Guantanamo Bay out there. So if I don't mention Dallas Cowboys every 10 minutes, you guys won't hear from me. That's how it goes. But this isn't about the Cowboys. This is about the Niners and how they're an awful football team. Did you see those DBs just giving up a deep pass to Tyler Lockett? Look, you play 500 defensive possessions a year. You are not allowed to make a mistake once. You're definitely don't be covering in the zone you're supposed to be covering in. You're not allowed to give up a deep route ever. It's like meth, not even once. All right. Trash. Guys suck out there. Yeah. Obviously, hopefully, you guys have realized I'm being sarcastic about the Niners. They're pretty good football team. Casey says plenty about the Niners. So this is the thing. It's like I didn't want to come in here and be like, the Niners are awesome, because you guys get plenty of that from Casey. And I'm sure next time he's here, he's gonna be saying it again. So I just wanted to talk about how they sucked, but it's hard. It's hard to talk about how they suck when they don't suck. Yeah, no, the Niners game was fun, I think, because it was like close-ish a lot of the game. They pulled away sort of at the end. Seattle couldn't do anything the first half. They were just, yeah, they were cold. And really, if you look at it, Seattle scored 13 points. One of them was a defensive touchdown, so it was a pick six, which is cool. You know, I mean, I don't have anything against defensive points, but Seattle's offense was pretty quiet, honestly. Like they couldn't get anything going on offense. Their one touchdown was kind of like a big play touchdown to Tyler Lockett. And that's classic Geno Smith, like big plays. You know, he's a big play guy. I think DK Metcalf probably only had 2 or 3 receptions on like 8 to 10 targets. I mean, they really did a good job shutting down DK Metcalf. Tyler Lockett had the one touchdown, but otherwise pretty quiet. Their run game worked, I guess. I mean, I can pull up the box score for this if you guys want, but yeah, Niners game. The Seattle defense kept it as close as is reasonable, I think. That's how I would describe it. As close as is reasonable. Because see, what do we have here? Team stats. First downs for the Niners, only 23 first downs, only 14 for the Seahawks. Third down efficiency, 5 of 11. They allowed a sack. Yeah, so Seattle sacked San Francisco once. 6 sacks for the Seahawks. I mean, they really were getting sacked a lot. They forced 5 punts. Like, I mean, I feel like the defense did what they could with San Francisco, with like one of the highest powered offense in the league. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, that was that's the Niners. The Niners are going to beat. I mean, Seattle's a good football team. They were up. Nope. No, sorry. They weren't up. They were never up, but 7-3. It was 17-3 for a long time. Then 17-10. It was like a good game for a minute. So 17-10, 17-13. Like it kind of looked like a good game for a minute. And then, 24-13. And then, yeah, it just kind of ran away with it. But player stats, anybody that impressed. So this was one note, I guess, is Brock Purdy. What was his passer rating? He's had like the highest passer rating. Brock Purdy passer rating. He's had the highest passer rating in the league for, want to say, the last 3 games or something like that. And it was down a little. No, his QBR. It's his QBR. Sorry. And it was down a little bit, but I mean, it was still good. Like he still was efficient. 21 of 30. It was a big CMC game, right? 19 carries for 114 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sorry. I almost took an over for our other show, Overtime Operators. I almost took Christian McCaffrey 2+ touchdowns, which was like a plus 208. So I would have won on that, but yeah, no, I mean, it was a big Christian McCaffrey game. We always knew it was going to be. Deebo Samuel, also pretty big, 4 carries for 15 yards and a tutty. Ayuk, pretty quiet, honestly, very quiet the whole game. He has, only 2 receptions and one of them was a touchdown. They were really, really like locking up Brandon Ayuk, but yeah, I don't know, not much good to say about Seattle other than they're an okay team that just came up against the juggernaut team. That's kind of what I saw, but it does make me excited about the Niners. I mean, who do we think can really come out of the NFC? We got the Eagles, we got the Cowboys, we got the Niners. I think a lot of people put the Niners in that 3rd position, or maybe not. Maybe they put the Cowboys because the Niners beat the Cowboys so bad. But I think, I don't know. I think the Niners have just as good a chance of coming out of the NFC as the Eagles do. Dallas Cowboys been playing real good this year, said Daniel. Pretty good. They've had like a couple games that were not good. Yeah, Patriots fan. Hollywood, you said you're a Patriots fan. Don't get you started on Mac Jones. Yeah, Mac Jones is not good. Like, he definitely doesn't deserve to be a starting quarterback. That's for sure. That is the game. That was the games this week so far. Oh, Dolphins Jets. Do you guys want to talk about Dolphins Jets? I know Chris doesn't. Um, but yeah, let me know in the comments if you're watching this afterwards. Who do you like? What do you think about the Niners? What actually is the weakness of the Niners? It's got to be the DBs. That's the only thing I could possibly think of. They're a little unhealthy in the defensive secondary, I suppose. And then we got Jets Dolphins. Let's take a look at this game. Box score. Tua 21 for 30, 243 yards, one touchdown, two interceptions. From a passing standpoint, this was not great. So they must have had a huge rushing game. Raheem Mostert, 20 carries. Holy crap. 20 carries for 94 yards. Jeff Wilson Jr., 11 carries for 56 yards. 20 carries. He carried the ball 20 times. That is so uncommon to see in today's NFL. Like, you do not see running backs touching the ball 20 times a game anymore. Mike White got some. Yeah, got to carry one for -2. Yeah, 20 carries. What a game by Mostert. 2 TDs. See, and I guess this makes sense because the Jets' defensive secondary is very, very good. A-Chain is out. I get that A-Chain is out, but I would just think, well, they're just going to pass more, or they're not going to have Raheem Mostert carrying the ball 20 times. Like, that's a good way to lose another running back. Why do that against the Jets? But yeah, it's I don't know. It's a good game. If you got Raheem Mostert in fantasy, you are a happy person this week. Jets, Tim Boyle, old Timmy Boyle from down the street. He lives under the bridge near the stadium. 27 for 38. What is that completion percentage? 27 divided by 38. Anybody know that off the top of their head? 27 divided by 38. Let's look. 71% completion rate. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Could be worse. For Timmy. 38 attempts, only 179 yards. So it was a lot of kind of like dink and dunk, short little passes. 1 tutty and 2 interceptions. Lots of interceptions in this game. Lots of picks in this game. Breece Hall, only 7 touches for Breece Hall. Why? Only 1 touch for Dalvin Cook. Why? I don't understand this. I guess because you're behind and you got to pass. Oh, Breece Hall has 7 receptions. So we got 14 touches for Breece Hall. That makes more sense. Still only 3 touches for Dalvin Cook. This seems just like a strange stat line to me. And given I don't know, maybe they just didn't have very much possession. Did they not possess the ball very much? Team time of possession, 35. No, yeah, only 24 minutes. Okay. How many possessions did they have? Third down of sufficiency was 5 of 14. Oh, the Jets got sacked 7 times. Remember a second ago when I was like, hey, the Niners had a lot of sacks, and it was like 5 or 6 or something like that. The Jets got sacked 7. Poor Tim Boyle, man. First week. Hey, first week in the NFL. You're going to get sacked 7 times. You only got 12 first downs. This dude only got 12 first downs and he got sacked 7 times. That's not a good ratio. I mean, that's not like a normal ratio people look at, but I'm looking at that because that is not good. That's not what you want as a quarterback. Oh man, Tim Boyle. Man, the Jets suck. They just do. 159. Oh my gosh. 159 yards of total offense. 159 yards is like, that's like any individual, like most QBs pass for more than 159 yards in any given week. Jets didn't even like combine for 159 yards, only 29 rushing yards, 2.9 yards per play. So they must have had a lot of negative plays. Yeah, no, pretty bad. Jets, pretty bad. Really is a bummer that they lost Aaron Rodgers so quickly. I wanted to look at defensive stats, player stats. Who is stacking up all these sacks? Oh, I'm on the Jets. Who's stacking up all these sacks for the? So we got a Jerome Baker sack, a Javon Hollard sack. What? I thought there were 7 sacks. Were the rest of them team sacks? What's going on here? Yeah, anyway. Jets suck. That's the short version of that. I don't know if I have much more to say about it. I don't know if you need to say much more. The Jets aren't good at football. All right. Let's do another spin. What do you guys say? PCP. Let me also just see what else I had planned. What else was I going to do today? Question my life decisions. Check. Done that. Oh, yeah. I know what I was going to do. Okay. This will be fun. Here we go. Let's share the wheel. Wheel of names. All right. If it lands, here's how it works. If it lands on somebody, fat man in a little coat. What are we talking about here? Fat man in a little coat. Brady got level, but still threaded passes no one else could. Granted, there will never be another Brady, but I feel like some Randy off the streets could stay. Okay, Hollywood 1311. That's pretty funny. You get an extra spot on the wheel. Some Randy off the streets. Hey, guess what? The Jets just tried some Randy off the streets this week, and it did not work out for them well. That's Tim Boyle is who you're talking about. But yeah, look, would Zach Wilson have done better? Probably not. So your point that some Randy off the streets could do better than Mac Jones could be valid. Could be valid. Poppin' Fresh says he does have Mostert in fantasy. That's a good time. Okay. Here we go. If it lands on someone who's not here, we just spin again. That's how it works. Boom, $25 coming up for someone. Ooh. Not only did he have Mostert in fantasy this week, he also won a $25 gift card. Poppin' Fresh. Congrats, Poppin'. You know what to do. Do you need me to say you need me to say the email for you, or you just want to you know? Okay. All right. Let's do this. I got a little treat for you guys. A little something I need some help with. Just need a little bit of help with this one. Give it a second. I'm in the control room by myself today. Switch to this. Oh, there it is. Cool. All right. Share this instead. All right, we're going to play a little game here. We're going to go greatest QB of all time tournament style. I don't know if you guys have ever played these. So they select, it's like out of the top 200 quarterbacks ever, they're going to select 64 of them randomly. Or do we want to play 32? Let's play 32 because we still have to pick some winners from YouTube comments. So they're going to select 32 of them randomly. So like Tom Brady could just not be in the random selection, which means we wouldn't land on Tom Brady. So it makes this more fun because basically everybody, it always comes down to like Joe Montana, Tom Brady, like Pat Mahomes, Dan Marino. So it makes it more fun because some of those guys might actually not be in it. Yes, Poppin' Fresh, it's like a tournament, and they just this app will feed you them one at a time. So here we go. We're starting with Kurt Warner versus Boomer. Let me get this ad out of the way. Boomer Esiason? Okay, I know nothing about Boomer Esiason, but I think Kurt Warner, oh my gosh, you guys are already on Kurt Warner's nuts. Let me just say, Kurt Warner, besides like Joe Flacco and like Nick Foles, he might be the worst quarterback to ever win an NFL, like a Super Bowl. The dude throws wobblers. He can't even throw a spiral. You're an NFL quarterback. He can't even throw a spiral. Three people are saying Boomer. You guys are all saying Boomer. Look, hey, I want Warner out for sure. I don't know about Boomer, says Poppin'. Okay, hey, if you're watching this on the YouTubes afterwards, if we make a decision you don't agree with, you're just gonna have to tell us. But I'm going off my live chat here, and the live chat's saying Boomer, and I do not love that Kurt. Like, by the way, check out this. This is just the classic early 2000s goatee right here, right? Like every like dad bro in his 20s with a fitted backwards hat and the 2000s goatee Kurt's just rocking it. So he's got that going for him, but he couldn't even throw a spiral. So boomer it is. Johnny Unitas versus Drew Bledsoe. Drew Bledsoe, also known as the Tom Brady prequel. Yeah, who's saying Bledsoe out here? Drew. No, come on, guys. Drew Bledsoe was not good. He just happened to come before Tom Brady. So, like, Johnny U, I know very little about Johnny U. So, a lot of people are saying Johnny U, though. Oh, Uni. Okay. I think we're getting more Johnny U than Drew Bledsoe. Hank Hill. Hank Hill. Yeah. Yep. All right, here we go. Rose, can you weigh in on this? Drew Bledsoe, Johnny U. Rose is, I think, probably watch both these guys play. She just says OMG. So we're going with Johnny U. We've got an old theme now. John Brody, who versus Bob Greasy. Okay, at least I vaguely know who Bob Greasy is. Who's John Brody, guys? Does anybody know who John Brody is? Brody, Mike S. Are you really saying Brody? You don't know who he is. Stop that. John Brody. John Brody played he was born August 1935. There's no way anyone in here knows who John Brody even is. It's got to be Bob Greasy. By default, we just don't know enough about John Brody. It's got to be Bob. Good job, Bobby. You made it through. Jim Kelly versus Phillip Rivers. You know what Phillip Rivers is? Phillip Rivers is that guy who's just good enough that you don't look for another quarterback. You know what I mean? He's like, I don't know. Chances are whoever we get's going to be worse, but this guy's not good. Yeah, Jim Kelly. It's got to be Kelly. We're pretty unanimous on this. What about Bob? Rich, dude, I don't know where you're at right now, but you got to stick with us here. Rich in the playback chat, just not. You got to get on board here, Kelly. Okay. Steve McNair and John Elway. Dude, I love me some Steve McNair, but he got a bad first round matchup. This was an unfortunate first round matchup for McNair because I think he could have won some of these other matchups. Am I right? He for sure could have won some of these other ones, but John Elway is too good. All right, Elway it is. Pat Mahomes versus Randall Cunningham. Same thing. Randall Cunningham really getting screwed in the first round matchup here. I love me some Randall. He could have won some of these other ones, but really caught a tough matchup in the first here, Randall. This hurts my heart a little bit because Randall Cunningham is like represents the heyday of me watching football. I'm getting more Randall Cunninghams. Randall was a dog in the 80s. No, Randall didn't play in the 80s. You're thinking about somebody else. Right? Randall Cunningham played in like the 2000s. Now I'm like, am I a crazy person? I'm not a crazy person, right? Randall Cunningham. Yeah. Played in the 2000s. He came into the league in 2001. Came into the league in 2001. No, this was like, I was 11 in 2001. So it was like that's like real when you're really getting into it. You know what I mean? Okay, Mahomes is better. Those of you saying Cunningham, you're cooking, right? Like Cunningham's not better. Why are so many people in the chat saying Randall Cunningham? I don't know what to do now because Patrick Mahomes is he's a better quarterback than Randall Cunningham. But you guys are all saying Randall Cunningham. You guys you're just Mahomes haters. Mahomes is better though. Who's better? Stop saying Randall Cunningham unless he's better, because if I have to pick Randall Cunningham over Pat Mahomes, I'm going to get ripped on the socials. So, I don't know. Is this a democracy or do I just get to decide in the end? All right, well, that's it. Everybody said Cunningham. So I'm just the one, I'm just the one clicking the buttons. All right. If you have a problem with this, if you're watching this video afterwards, you have a problem with this, take it up with the live stream chatters. That does make it more interesting, I guess, because there's a chance that Mahomes would have just won it all. Andrew Luck versus Troy Aikman. Yeah. Sorry, Andrew. No. Andrew Luck is he's kind of like Phillip Rivers. He's like, we probably won't get anybody better. Poppin' Fresh says Andrew Luck. No. Yeah. Troy. Easy one. Easy one win for Troy in the first round. Joe Namath versus Fran Tarkenton. Okay. Somebody who's more of a historian is going to have to help me out with this one. Namath, Joe, Fran. We got one Fran and three Joes, four Joes, five Joes, six Joes. I think the Joes have it, guys. Seven Joes, eight Joes, nine Joes. Only one Fran. Is this Fran was good though? Like he could have won some of these other matchups, right? He just kind of caught a bad. He got a bad first round matchup. Am I right? Is that accurate, or was he like meh? Like if he would have got Andrew Luck in the first round, would he have won? Yeah, yeah, he was. Yeah, that's accurate. Okay, Joe Namath moves on. Joey B. Cool Joe Burrow versus Warren Moon. This has got to be Joe Burrow, right? Moon? Okay, maybe I'm not enough of a historian to know Warren Moon. Um, 1999 came into the league. Pro Football Reference. No, he came in '84. Yeah, Cunningham didn't come in 2001 either. We got one Burrow, two Burrows, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Moons. 9 Moons. 10. Oh, another Burrow. So right now it's 9-3. Sorry, Joe Burrow. Cool Joe out in the first round. Are you guys just low on modern quarterbacks? Because you said that Randall Cunningham was better than Pat Mahomes, and that's just not true. So, or is everybody in the chat just low on the modern game? You guys don't like it? Cam Newton versus Norm Van. Okay, we got to pick Cam Newton because nobody in here watched Norm Van Brocklin play. Look at this. He's a one bar. He's got one bar on his face mask, and his picture is in black and white. So anyone who says Van Brocklin, you tell me which game you saw that you were like, yeah, Norm Van Brocklin. When I watched this game, that's when I knew he was the real deal. I'm gonna check. Let's see when Norm Van Brocklin played. Norm even play in like the Super Bowl era, do you think? Norm Van Brocklin played from 1949 to 1960, which means you would have to be, I don't know, math is hard, but you'd have to be 64 years old. You'd have to be 65 years old to have been one when he was playing. Like six. So no, none of you guys saw him play. Sorry. Cam Newton it is. Can we talk about Cam's pineapple hairdo? We can talk about it when we come back around to him because he just made it through the first round. Alex Smith versus Mark Rypien. I don't know Mark Rypien. I know Alex Smith is kind of a classic sort of game manager. He's not great, but he's not bad. You could do worse than Alex Smith. Mark Rypien. Let's see. Mark Rypien played from 1988 to 2001, 13 years. That's good. It's a good career. He played for the Redskins. That's why. All right, who do we got here in the chat? We got one Rypien, one Smith, two Smith, three Smith, four Smith. Rypien won a Super Bowl. Two Rypiens, three Rypiens. So it's tied. Four Rypiens. Four Rypiens, three Smiths. Speak now for Smith or forever hold your peace. Two more Ripin Rypiens. Rip in. RIP in. All right, RIP Alex Smith. You're gone. It's Mark Rypien. I almost just clicked Alex Smith, which just been like, sorry. Oh my gosh. How did these guys even get in the it must be completely randomly selected. So we got Derek Carr versus Tony Romo. This has got to be Tony Romo, right? I'm like Tony Romo would have lost a ton of these matchups, but he just happened to catch an easy one in the first round. Who is saying, why are so many of you guys saying Derek Carr? Derek Carr is not good. Derek Carr, what game have you watched that you're like, yeah, Derek Carr is pretty good? Like at least Romo. Okay, Romo doesn't suck. Romo was like, he'd get his team to the playoffs every year. He'd get him to the first round every year. Like I get it. The Cowboys wanted Romo to do more than he was capable of. And look, I hate the Cowboys as much as the next guy, but this is what they always do. They're doing the same thing with Dak Prescott. They want him to be a top 5 quarterback, but really he's a top 12 quarterback. That's what Romo was. All right, so what do we got here? Let's count this up because I think you guys are gonna freaking send out like Derek Carr into the second round, and Derek Carr is just not good at all. What has Derek Carr done? He's just pissed you off less. That's what it is. You guys just don't like Romo, and so you're like voting for Carr out of spite. Two Cars, one Romo, two Romos, 3, 4, 5 Carr, 6 Carr, 3 Romos, 4. Oh no, yeah, 7 Carr. I guess it's Derek Carr. Yeah, Tony Romo's better than Derek Carr. I'm just gonna say that right now, but I'm gonna treat this like a democracy. The chat chose Derek Carr, and so it was Kirk Cousins and Eli Manning. Oh, my boy Kirk kind of got screwed here. I think Kirk could have definitely beat Derek Carr, right? Eli's too good though. Eli's pretty good. Similar types of quarterbacks, quick processing, accurate throwers. Eli won a Super Bowl. I mean, that's hard to. Rose, you really think Kirk Cousins? I'm guessing that some of you just are saying Kirk over Eli because maybe Eli played on a team that you don't like, on a rival team. Adam's a Patriots fan, so he's not saying Eli. Kirk. Oh my gosh. If Kirk takes this round, that's insane. Eli's better. He just is, but okay. All right, let's count this up because this one's close. We got 3 Elis, Kirk, 1 Kirk, 2 Kirks, 3 Kirks, 4 Elis, right? 5 Elis. Yeah, I think it's 5. Yep, I think yeah. I think Eli's got it. Eli it is. All right, Lamar Jackson versus Sonny Jurgensen. Who is Sonny Jurgensen? By the way, check out that throwing form, like all the way back. I like that. Also, can I just say I kind of dig Sonny Jurgensen because he's got a little dad bod going on. Like, look at the belly. I like this. I like this guy. All right, this is my kind of quarterback right here. Stop that! Don't tell me Lamar's better than him. Look at his whole vibe is just dad. It's like, yeah, no, I was, came from work actually. Just I was selling cars over at the dealership. Came over here to play football. Yeah, when was Sonny Jurgensen even playing? Let's see. I'm guessing most of us haven't seen him play. Sonny Jurgensen. 1957 to 1974. Yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't see him play, but I like his vibe. I will say that. Lamar Jackson's probably better. I'll give that to you guys. Poppin' Fresh is like, I mean, from the look of Sonny Jurgensen, I'm going to say that him and Lamar Jackson are very opposites. Like they're not like Sonny Jurgensen is like, I'm staying in the pocket, man. I ain't moving. That seems like way too much energy. And Lamar is like, my first read didn't work. I'm going to run. Okay, so what do we got here? We got Lamar. Yeah, Lamar's running away with this one. Not even a single vote for Jurgensen, guys. Not even a single vote for the beer belly. Come on. Lamar Jackson. Terry Bradshaw versus Archie Manning. Oh, this is a good matchup. It's got to be Terry Bradshaw. Terry Bradshaw won like 4 Super Bowls or something like that, or 3 Super Bowls. Poppin' Fresh, did you just say both Mannings suck? Because who do you mean by both? Do you mean Eli and Peyton? Because this is a whole different third Manning. Yeah, it's got to be the original TB12, right? Bradshaw. I mean, Archie Manning. I don't know how good Archie Manning was, but Terry was really good. We're going with Bradshaw. Y.A. Tittle. I mean, he's got more than 1 bar on his face mask, so that's good. Y.A. Tittle versus Ken Anderson. This has got to be the softest matchup of the first round. I don't even know who either of these guys are. And yet we sent Pat Mahomes home in the first round. We're going to send one of these guys through. Okay. Y.A. Tittle. His photo's in black and white. I'm going to guess none of us have ever seen him play. Y.A. Tittle. He's got a hilarious name. I'll give him that. 1948 to 1964. None of you guys saw Y.A. Tittle play. Who is Ken Anderson? Tell me, can anybody even CWK Promotions? You're saying Tittle. Tell me, like, what do you know about that guy? Are you 90? There's no way you've seen him play. Does anybody here actually know anything about Ken Anderson? Or are they just like, I don't know, man. He's probably better than the other dude. All right, we're going Ken Anderson on this one. All right, we're to the second round, and we got a good. So it's all good matchups now. We got Terry Bradshaw versus Bob Greasy. I think it's got to be Terry again, right? Terry Bradshaw, Bob Greasy. Terry got some Terrys. Bradshaw, yeah. Terry looks like he's gonna scary Terry. He's gonna run away with this one. All right, speak now for Bob Greasy or forever hold your peace. And Terry it is. Terry to the semifinals. Cam Newton. All right. Do you want to talk about the pine? Now's the time if you want to talk about the pineapple haircut. We got Warren Moon versus Cam Newton. Cam Newton, pineapple head. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Let's I'll share it. I'll share the Cam Newton pineapple head here. Um Check out that dude. I mean, I will say I don't know who wins this matchup from a quarterback standpoint, but Cam Newton definitely wins it from a hairdo standpoint. I mean, come on. Uh you guys all think Warren Moon's better than Cam Newton, huh? Yeah. All right. Warren Moon gets it. Shows tab. All right. Warren Moon on to the semifinals. Next up, we got Lamar Jackson versus Ken Anderson. Ken Anderson, who just defaulted his way into the second round. Uh, Rose says somebody is saying Ken Anderson. So is there actually is there a case for Ken Anderson? I don't know enough about him. Ken Anderson. This there's more than one Ken Anderson. That makes sense. 1999. When was he in the league? When was this Ken Anderson in the league? 71 to 86. This seems like it's the right guy. I just don't know him enough about him. Tell me things about him. Okay, so we got a couple Ken Andersons, mostly Lamar's. So Lamar's going to take this round for sure. Somebody make the case for Anderson before we just like throw him out like yesterday's garbage. Make the case. Make your case. No one knows. Yeah, you're just saying anyone who's saying Ken Anderson probably just doesn't like Lamar. That's what's happening. I didn't really think this through, making this a dictatorship. But you guys aren't really voting based on who's a better quarterback. You're just voting based on who you don't like. They not touching that popping. Derek Carr versus Eli Manning. Okay. Are we still on Derek Carr here? Because who did you guys pick him over last round? It was somebody who wasn't as good as. It was Tony Romo. Oh my gosh. There's still votes coming in for Derek Carr. You guys are about to pick Derek Carr over Eli Manning. You're just wrong about this. You were wrong about Tony Romo, too. All right. Well, speak for Eli or Derek Carr's going to the semifinals. Oh, Rose, yeah, somebody just came in and said Ken Anderson was a 2-time passing leader. All right, Derek Carr moves on. This is just ridiculous. Oh, John Elway versus Philip Rivers. I can just hit John Elway real quick, right? Like, we don't think Philip Rivers is better than John Elway. Yeah, it's Elway. Elway. This is a runaway. Okay, Elway it is. Elway on to the semifinals. Randall Cunningham, who apparently knocked out Pat Mahomes, so he might be the best quarterback in this thing. Randall Cunningham versus Boomer Esiason. Boomer. You guys, who really? Boomer. Do you guys just like him as a commentator? Is that what it is? Was he that good? All right, we got a couple Cunningham votes. Another Cunningham. Oh, it's even. It's even. Rose is saying, yes, I just like him as a commentator. Yeah, because some of you who are saying Boomer, like Mike for sure, it was not old enough to see Boomer play. This is a close one. If it's a tie, it goes to me. So we got Boomer, Cunningham, Boomer. It's 4-4. That means it goes to me. Oh, no. Boomer just got another vote. All right, there we go. Boomer it is. So by transitive property, he was a better quarterback than Pat Mahomes as well. Joe Namath versus Mark Rypien. What do we think here? Namath, Joe. Yeah. This one's a runaway. I'm feeling like a Joe versus John Elway finals might be in the works. All right, you got Troy Aikman and Johnny U. Johnny Unitas. Troy Aikman over Johnny U. We got Troy, Johnny. And I said, Johnny, what you doing tonight? He looked at me with a face full of fright. And I said, how about a revolution? And he said, right. Yeah, this is kind of crazy that so many people are saying Johnny Unitas. Troy Aikman has 4 Super Bowls. There's like, what was it for, actually? There's very few with more than 2. Quarterbacks with no Super Bowl wins of all times. Yeah, Tom Brady has 7. Terry Bradshaw has 4. Joe Montana has 4. Troy Aikman has 3. And then there's a bunch of dudes with 2. So Pat Mahomes, John Elway, Bob Greasy, Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, Jim Plunkett, Ben Roethlisberger, Bart Starr, Roger Staubach, and others. So Troy, there are more Johnny Unitas votes than Troy Aikman votes, which is kind of crazy, but hey, it's been a democracy the whole time. So we're going Johnny U. All right, this is the semifinals. These are going to be good in matchups. Oh no, caught him in the. Oh no, it's not the semifinals. It's the Elite 8. Elite 8. Joe Namath versus John Elway. Man, this could have been the finals matchup. I think these two could have made the finals. Namath versus Elway. We got 2 Elways. We got Elway's out to an early lead. Elway, Namath, Elway. Oh no. Elway is going to knock out the legend. Namath, Elway. Ooh, I think it's going to be an Elway round, guys. Elway by a slim margin. Yeah, I think Elway's got it. The Elways have it. Joe, it's been a pleasure. Pour one out. If you got one to pour out, pour it out for Joe. There's a lid on that. I'm not gonna pour out liquid onto my actual ground but I don't know. If you got a sink nearby, pour one out for Joe. John Elway, you are on to the Final Four. Lamar Jackson versus Warren Moon. I don't even know who Warren Moon is. I don't know how he made it this deep, but he's been just catching matchups. He's been catching the right matchups. He might get himself into the Final Four, just catching the right matchups all the way. Warren's out to an early lead. Oh no, this one's a close one. It's a close one. This one's tough. Moon. It looks like Moon is Moon has the edge here. All right. I need to freaking read up on this Warren Moon character because you guys are hot on him. He was on the Oilers. He could not have been that good. He was on the Oilers, guys. Talking about the same guy? Let's see. Warren Moon. What years did he play? 84 to 2000. He led the league in passing yards a couple times, led the league in completions those same years. Led the league in passing yards per game a couple times. He was in Seattle and Minnesota too. I don't know who Warren Moon is. No, it was kind of before I got really into football. He finished playing in 2000. So, all right, here we go. Lamar, Moon, Lamar, Moon. Elway. Elway's already gone. Moon, Lamar. I think Moon's got this. Moon's going to knock out Lamar Jackson. One of the best who never won a Super Bowl. Okay. Well, Lamar's also never won a Super Bowl, so. Okay. Yeah. Warren Moon. You got it, bro. Knocking out Lamar Jackson for a spot in the Final Four. Derek Carr, who is somehow in the Elite 8, finally catches the matchup that I hope like you guys have just he's been biased. He's been biased into the Elite Eight. Yeah, the original TB12. I honestly think Tom Brady sort of hijacked this, kind of like LaMelo Ball tried to hijack the name Mello. TB12, he's the original TB12, and then Tom Brady goes with 12, and it's like, dude, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing, don't you? Yeah, a-hole. All right, Terry gets by, easy, unanimous. Nobody even voted for. All right, we got Johnny U versus Boomer Esiason. This has got to be similar generation, right? Boomer out to a quick lead. Johnny. Oh, nope. Johnny coming back. Boney? I'm guessing you mean Boomer. Who else? Boomer. This one's a close one. You guys I think this is tied. All right, Boomer. Let's read up here. Boomer played for 14 seasons. 1984 to 1997. I mean, I don't know. He was statistically relatively average, honestly. Johnny Unitas. Oh, a couple late boomers, and I think we are going to go with Boomer. Oh, no, another late Unitas. Okay, Johnny Unitas. I mean, I don't have film on these guys is the thing. Or I could pull up their highlight reels, I guess, but Unitas definitely was not in the same. I was like, probably a similar time period, right? No, not even close. Unitas played from 56 to 73. Okay, here's the thing. Why did Unitas get this far? None of you guys, there's not a snowball's chance in hell that any of you guys really watched Johnny Unitas play like that much. Like maybe a little bit late in his career, but like, come on. 1973 is when he ended his career, which means it was 50 years ago. I mean, some of you might be 60 in the chat, but then you're 10. You know, you're watching him play, I guess, when you're like, nobody's really watching football when they're 5, like not really watching it. So it's just the name, I think. All right. I think the Boomers have it here. The Boomers. Well, if it was the Boomers, then it'd be Johnny Unitas, but none of you guys actually watched him play. I'm calling cap on all of you who are saying Unitas. Yeah, greater than 50, but 50 years ago is when he stopped playing. So you'd have to be 60 or more to really have seen him play with any kind of like love for football, you know? So nah, I'm out on Johnny Unitas. It's Boomer. Semifinals, Final Four, Elway versus Warren Moon. Okay, is this where the Warren Moon Cinderella story comes to an end? Elway. Elway was just too good. This is fun because Tom Brady wasn't in it, so it's not just like smash Tom Brady every time. Yeah, this is a runaway Elway. Hey, Warren Moon, hats off to you making it to the Final Four, buddy. I didn't even know who you were. And hey, Warren Moon got a vote there. Good job, Warren Moon. All right, other side of the Final Four, Scary Terry versus Boomer Esiason to meet John Elway in the finals. Terry or Boomer? Now you can't even go with it. You know, who do I like better? They're both commentators together. So we got Terry versus Boomer, the ultimate matchup. Boomer getting some votes. I would think Bradshaw runs away with this as a guy with 4 Super Bowl rings, but Boomer getting some votes here. Bradshaw definitely the Eds. Bradshaw TB12, Terry TB12, Bradshaw. All right, Boomer. So to me, Boomer feels like another Cinderella story here. I feel like he shouldn't have got this deep, but hey, you know, it's been a democracy. It's been a chat democracy, and we're going with Terry. So you know what it is, Terry and Elway. This is the matchup we've been waiting for, though, right? Elway versus Bradshaw. What do we got? Both of them multi-time Super Bowl champions. Both of them high up on lists in every stat category. Lots of Elway. Lots of Elway votes here. Wow, Elway kind of running away from this. Okay, there's Bradshaw vote. Somebody Poppin just says Boomer sucks, so that's fun. Another Bradshaw vote. I think the Elways still have it, unless we got more people to speak on behalf of Scary Terry here. All right, let's give these guys their due here. Terry Bradshaw. Go with Bradshaw career stats. All right, let's check him out on StatMuse. Terry Bradshaw. Played for 14 seasons, 27,989 yards, 212 touchdowns, 3 Pro Bowls, 1 MVP, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, 4 Super Bowl rings, Hall of Famer in 1989. First ballot, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's Terry, man. Beast. Was a beast for sure. 4 Super Bowl rings is crazy, guys. Like 4 Super Bowl rings is only, I know Tom Brady having 6 makes it seem like that not that many, but like it's Terry and Joe Montana. And I mean, we're talking about Joe Montana here. So we got, I mean, this is a close one. Terry, TB12, Bradshaw, Elway. Ooh. All right, let's check John Elway here. 16 seasons for the Broncos, 51,475 yards, threw for a lot more yards, 300 touchdowns, not that many more, well, quite a few more touchdowns, 9 Pro Bowls, 1 MVP, Walter Payton Man of the Year, 1 Super Bowl MVP, 2 championships, Hall of Famer, of course. I mean, these guys had very similar careers. All in all honesty, John Elway threw a lot more. They ran the ball a lot more in Terry's day. That's for sure. But they had very similar careers, honestly. All right, let's see. Let me count these up here, right quick. So we got. Oh, when did they start? All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little line here in the chat. Everybody replace your votes after this line. Elway, how many interceptions did Elway throw? 226 career interceptions. How many did Terry Bradshaw throw? I mean, Terry threw for a lot less yards, like almost half as many. Terry threw 210 interceptions, so not that much less interceptions. Yeah, he only threw 16 less interceptions, and he threw like for like 25,000 less yards. So we got Elway, Bradshaw, Terry, 3 Terrys, 1 LB, 4 Terrys, 1 Elway, 2 Elways, 3 Elways, 4 Elways, 4-4, 5-4, 5 guys. It's a tie. Elway versus Bradshaw. How many Super Bowls for Elway? Only 2 Super Bowls. Roughly twice as many passing yards, though. This is a tough one, guys. This is a tough one. Who am I going to go with? That's the question. To me, I think, all right, so I just got to go purely on my own. Different times, different styles. You know, Elway passed a lot more. They ran a lot more in Terry Bradshaw's day. But by that same logic, I could say that those Super Bowls have a lot less to do with Terry Bradshaw because they're just running the ball more. So 4 Super Bowls versus 2 Super Bowls sort of negates that, but it also negates the passing yards. So I just got to go with my gut here. And my gut is that John Elway was the man when I started watching football. And so it's really hard for me to pick Terry Bradshaw over him. Elway had no Hall of Fame wide receivers. Elway did he have Shannon Sharp? Who did Elway throw to? He had Terrell Davis and Shannon Sharp, right? Yeah, even with a guy like Terrell Davis, QBR, nah, I mean, I'm not going to bring it down to QBR. I'm just going to go with my gut on this. I'm going to go with my heart, and I'm going to give it to number 7 himself, Mr. John Elway. Tiebreaker goes to the first name, guys. Come on. First name, John. He wins it. Good job, John. It was a battle. It was a battle there in the last round. That was a fun game. We should do more of those. Did you guys like that? It was fun. It's fun for me, at least. All right, let's spin. Shannon Sharp was a tight end. Yeah, I know Shannon Sharp was a tight end, but it's a receiver. That's a receiver. They catch passes. All right, let's spin something. Let's lighten it up. Hey, there was a lot of people. There's a lot of people watching who were not chatting in on that. Do you guys just not have opinions on NFL, or were you like, I don't know, I don't know anything about these guys? That was a good last round. We'll play that game more. They've got NBA versions. They've got other ones, so we'll play it more. That's fun. It would have been fun with Casey. I wonder how the game would have changed with Casey. I definitely think Pat Mahomes would have made it deeper. I think if Casey and I just decided that it was a democracy. If we would have said, we'll take your feedback, but we're making the ultimate decision, Pat Mahomes might have won that whole thing. But you guys sent him down to Randall Cunningham in the first round. All right, here, what do we got here? We got, oh, I just wiped his whole thing. Did not mean to do that. We need to see the stats more. Yeah, it's when you're doing so many of them, you can't look at stats on every one. That's kind of like a last couple rounds kind of thing. Died for trash talking the Niners and we wouldn't have made it to the game. Yeah, that was like maybe he would have got in on it. Maybe he would have had even more ridiculous takes. Here we go. Let me share screen. Share this. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do this, and then I'll pick a couple comment winners, and then that'll be the day, boys. You're not all boys. That was sexist of me. I'm sorry for it. That'll be the day, folks. All right, I'm just gonna spin this one. You guys know what it is. You've been here for a minute now. Here we go. Ooh. Rose, is that your second win today? Razzles just get her second win of the day? Razzles, you know what to do. triplecrosspodcast@gmail.com. You guys talking about Buddy Holly? Talking about the actual Buddy Holly or the Green Day version? Ooh, I look just like Buddy Holly. Is that Green Day? That might be someone else. Here we go. All right, let's pull up some comments, eh? Kansas City Chiefs have a wide receiver problem. This video just dropped today, so I don't suspect that there's too many comments on it. But let's check her out. And let's give some people some gift cards. So if you're watching this episode after the fact, comment on the video because I do these live, and some people who get comments win gift cards. Keela. Keela's on top of it. She is a very fast, high volume commenter. What do you expect when you give the ball to Kelso and not give the younger guys more reps? To Kelsey, I'm guessing she's saying. Interesting. That's actually an interesting take. Like Kelsey just gets so many targets, so of course they have a wide receiver problem. The Chiefs do. I don't know. I think we've got a chicken egg situation here, right? Like, do they have a wide receiver problem because their receivers don't get enough targets, or does Kelsey get so many targets because their wide receivers can't catch the ball? I think I'm more on the egg side of the chicken side. I don't know. Whichever side is the side where Kelsey gets targets because the wide receivers aren't very good, I think that's the side of the argument that I'm on there. Levi's comments, you said, Poppin? Okay, well, there's none on this video, but we will get to it. You guys are still arguing about that last round, that Terry Bradshaw, John Elway round, which that's what I'm here for. That's why we do it, guys. That's why we do it, so that you can think about it later and be like, next time I see that person in the chat, this is what I'm going to say to them. Okay. This was craziest things that could happen in the NFL. A couple comments on this one. If the Patriots are last, they would get the first draft pick. They play the Giants next week. Panthers and Bears fighting for it too. Daniel's just kind of recapping what we said in the video. So that's nice. If the video's TLDR, you can just look at Daniel's comment. That's fun. Craziest thing to happen shall be John and Casey are NFL prophets. So let it be written, let it be done. This guy's just sucking up. So, I mean, not that I'm against that, but that's what he's doing. Nick Charles, you all have different names than you have in the live stream. Mike, the craziest thing that could happen in the NFL is Tommy DeVito going to be a superstar and living with his mom and not knowing how to make his bed. Yeah, an NFL super. Actually, you know what? If you're an NFL superstar, why would you need to know how to make your bed? Your mom does it, and then your maid does it. Okay, here we go. Next one. Levi Levis. Oh, this is the Will Levis banana video. It's Will Levis, Titans' new franchise quarterback. Levis eats bananas like he plays football, goes all in, and even eats the peel like he eats up the defense. I like it, Mike. Making analogies. Banana analogies for football. Like LeBron eating on the bench during the game. That was funny, actually. The LeBron, he's just like eating his dinner. Did you guys see that video of LeBron he's just like having like it looks like one of those like microwavable like bowls of like teriyaki chicken with vegetables in it. That's kind of what it looked like. It's like, and he's just like, it was a good game. Good game. All right. Good job, Austin. Yeah. Don't fear the banana. Levi is a Dole man. I'm a Chiquita Queen man myself. Dole is dry and brittle. What's your favorite banana? Put it in your ear. Little Charlie the Unicorn reference. I got it. I get it. I'm an internet kid. After he eats the banana, he sticks out his tongue and it says Dole. I think that one already won. Certified Fresh. Randall, this comment is a winner. Yep. Like eating pancakes without syrup. Side as a psycho. Good, not great. All right. Those are the comments on that one. Here is yesterday. I think I dropped this video yesterday. This one's kind of going. YouTube's kind of getting this thing going. So there's lots of comments on it. Listen to John and Casey is like petting a therapy dog's belly. Smooth. Listening to John and Casey is like petting a therapy dog's belly. I mean, it has nothing to do with the video. So negative points for that. Sorry, I need to share this one. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah, Poppin' Fresh. If you're like, what is this banana in your ear thing? After this show, go to YouTube and look up Charlie the Unicorn banana in your ear, or stick a banana in your ear, and then thank me later. Or hate me later. It's going to be one of the two for sure. You won't be down the middle on it. I will tell you that. You'll either love it or hate it. Like petting a therapy dog's belly. I mean, that's not. I don't know if that's the vibe we're going for. Like, is that how y'all would describe watching our show? Like, yeah, it's like petting a therapy dog. Like, I don't know if that. I think we're going for a little more energy than that. You know. I mean, that's good, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one. Tom would have cried with Madden coaching. This is interesting to me because I think Tom. I kind of like got into a little bit of a. I thought I responded to that guy. I don't know, man. Tom Brady is Tom Brady. Like, he is probably like, you really think Tom Brady couldn't have handled Vince Lombardi or John Madden? I get it that they're from a different era and that they're like, they yell more and stuff, but it's Tom Brady. Like, I think he can handle the yelling. And also, you don't yell at him very much because he doesn't do very many wrong things. He mostly does things right. So he wouldn't really get yelled at that much. Tom and Vince Lombardi would have clashed. Interesting take. I don't know if I know enough about Vince Lombardi's coaching style or philosophy to believe that he would have clashed with Tom Brady, but I tend to think that any great coach would have been pretty happy to have Tom Brady. I'm just, just going to throw that out there. Every player knows the risks of playing and they choose to play anyway. I don't know what that's referencing, something in the video. Okay. So bonus points for referencing something in the video for sure. Oh no, that's just, he's kind of saying that like the Ray Lewis hits, like the hits, Tom Brady was kind of saying like a lot of the hits now are would be illegal. Like when he first started playing, those hits would be illegal now. And that, players just need to protect themselves better. This one did make me laugh. Steve, I think you're here. Steve, this is Steve Weber. He just said, maybe Tom needs to come back and show us how to deflate balls. Chicken dick. Like, That part got me, actually, because like, this is just like a complete thought, you know what I mean? That could have been the whole comment right there. Maybe Tom needs to come back and show us how to deflate some balls. Kind of a funny joke anyway, and then he just goes, "Chicken dick." Like, what a weird insult. I've never in my life been like, "Yeah, well, you're a chicken dick." Like, I don't think I've ever called anybody that. That was a good one. That was a good one. The chicken dick thing got me. Players aren't soft. The new rules made it soft, but for a good reason. Let's see if he replied to this because no, he didn't. For good reason, meaning CTE or what? You know, I guess that's kind of the point I made in the video that yeah, there is actually this is true. There is like a lot of long-term studies on ex-NFL players, not the superstar ones, but like because there's a bunch of people who play in the NFL, right? So there's like long-term studies, and a lot of them do have like long-term brain damage and Parkinson's disease, like higher rates of Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's and different things like that. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe we shouldn't, just throw out the baby with the bathwater. I don't think that's what that means, but when in Rome. Uh, Tom Brady angry. Maybe he should come out of retirement and teach us the basics of football. Hey, I would. I think I said this. I would take football lessons from Tom Brady for sure. Mary Newman, mediocre bad habits. Don't know what she's referencing. Hi from Wisconsin. Hi from my house. Too many QBs cry about getting hit. I think that's like Tom Brady's kind of doing the opposite here. He's saying like, no, like they should be able to protect themselves. A lot of sissies in the league. That reminds me of like, have you guys ever seen that movie? What is it? Oh man, it has Zach Galifianakis and Robert Downey Jr. in it, and he like Zach Galifianakis. I'm gonna butcher this. Zach Galifianakis is like he's like he wants to be an actor, and Robert Downey Jr. is like, all right, here's a scene. It's halftime. You're a coach of a football team. You guys are down 20. Come in and give your guys, a pep talk. And and he's like, what are you a bunch of sissies or something? You can't catch the ball, Johnson. What are you sissy or something? That's what this that's what this comment reminded me of. Bunch of what are they? Bunch of sissies? Bunch of sissies or something? Due Date is the name of the movie. I've been chatting. Oh, somebody didn't understand that this was not a live video. That's fun when people don't know how YouTube works. They're here. I'm here. Cool. Thank you for the information. Anthony Yaskiawiak. I think he was in the live show the other day. He just said hello. Hello. Tom is a bitter old guy who has nothing better to do than talk trash about the current NFL. He wants to get attention by doing this. Mahomes is better than he ever was. Mike, just how do you really feel? Coming in with like the strong take. I get it. You're a New York fan, so you probably hate Tom Brady. Makes sense. All right. Last round. Only a few comments here. This is the Is He Him video. John almost said more gooder. Yeah, hitting every moment. Okay, so I think here's who I think. I think this chicken dick comment was funny. That the chicken dick thing was like that made me laugh. So that's definitely a finalist. The therapy dog's belly thing, I don't know how I feel about it, but it's just so weird, like it just stands out. It's weird. Um so I think that's a finalist as well. Basics of football. Too many yeah, no. I mean, I don't think there's any like great takes in here other than Mike's just so strong. Yeah, so Ben Perez, I don't think Brady was ever as heralded as of a prospect as Patty Pat has been a generational prospect. Yeah, we knew that Pat was going to be great coming into the league. So Mike definitely gets to the finals. This comment goes to the finals just because it's such a like strong take. Like it's very, very controversial take. Like I'm here for the controversy. So yeah, that one gets through. Don't fear the banana, Levi. I think we already picked a winner from this video. If the Patriots are last, they get the first draft pick. Oh yeah, and then this is Tommy DeVito not making his bed. And then last one here. Okay, so I think the finalists are Mike. Craziest thing that could happen is Tommy DeVito superstar without making his bed, and then okay. So of all these comments, I think we're gonna go with the chicken dick one. Actually, legit made me laugh. So that's got to get a gift card for sure. Therapy dog's belly. All right, so let me reply to that. This comment is a winner. Email triple cross podcast at gmail.com to claim your gift card. That one definitely gets one. Therapy dog's belly. I feel like I need to ask. I wish I had Casey to give me feedback on this. Like, how does he feel about being a therapy dog's belly? Mike, did you win one on basketball? I don't want to just just like sell for Mike and give him a bunch of gift cards here, but I think he did win one on basketball. I don't know. This is just such a strong. I like the controversy. I like that we were still arguing at the end of that last segment. I like the controversy here. Like anytime that we're gonna okay, let's get into some arguments. I'm here for it. So Mike, yeah, we're gonna go for it. Mike gets one for sure. Now it's down to the therapy dog's belly. It's too. It's not. It didn't make me laugh. That's for sure. It didn't make me laugh. So I don't know. If Casey comes back around and he's like, dude, the therapy dog's belly thing is great. Like I will be a therapy dog's belly all day. You can pet me and call me Belly Casey. Then great. Then maybe I'll just defer judgment on that comment. But to me, it's not. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. It's not quite there. So those are the comment winners. Congrats. I'm gonna do a quick hard out for the podcast audio listeners and the YouTube viewers. For those of you watching live, stick around after I do this. I'm going to say goodbye, but don't leave because we're going to do a little after party. So if you are listening on audio, please rate the show, review the show. Every 10 reviews, I'm going to pick a random review to give a gift card to. Also, head over to YouTube and comment on the videos. If you comment something that makes me know, oh, they watched the episode. So here's the key to winning. If you comment something that makes me know, oh, they actually watched or listened to the whole thing and have an insight, like a good take, that I think is like funny, or like either one that I think is funny and makes me laugh, or is just like a good take, or like a strong take like that, then that's the way to win. So if you've listened to it, head over to YouTube and do that. If you're on YouTube, hop in the comments right now and do that. Make sure you you subscribe to the channel and you hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever we do new videos. Because anytime there's a new video on our channel, it is a chance to win. This has been the Triple Cross Podcast. I've been John, and that other guy has been not here. And that is us. We'll see you next time. Bye.